What's up, Livestream? It's great to see you. And now we're blasting across the universe. Oh, thank goodness. Everybody was kind of confused when I start these things. I stream from two different places. On Be Live, which is on my personal Facebook page, and then Restream. And that's you, right here. You're watching Restream. And that's everywhere else in the entire world. So you kind of have your option of shows. The Be Live has the intro, which I love. But this one is straight to the guts. Straight to the music. And tonight we have an amazing, amazing night. Super great performer. His name is Siriaco. And we're going to get him on very soon. What's up, Jason? Good to see you too. Jared Ames. Oh my. We're in the presence of royalty right now, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what we do with royalty? We show them the shirt that's for sale. Again, you can pick it up at heartofthefox@gmail.com or find me on Facebook and we'll figure something out, right? Now, I combed my hair before this and I was a little excited. Before we get started, though, the Restream folk aren't going to see this, but I got to give a shout out to this amazing person who is my mom. She was prom queen like 15 years ago. I don't know. She's very young and beautiful, and she was prom queen all these years ago. So congratulations, Mom. The applause. We're all stoked. You were charming and awesome back then, and you were just as awesome now. So, Mom, all the best to you on your prom anniversary. Yeah, that's so cool. Hey, what's up, Corey? Good to see you too. Everybody from the Heidemans who's watching, hello, good to see you. But we're gonna wait for my friend Siriaco to jump on, and I think we're gonna be hitting up some protest songs, which I'm kind of excited about. So tonight, I thought I'd open up with a song by NoFX, and then I'll get into the classics. But this one kind of is funny, because it reminds me of being a freshman in high school. I'm back at Marion Central. And thinking how different the time was when I was a freshman. It was like 2000-something. George Bush was in office. And now he's out, and he's so far out of our consciousness. But, there was a time when people were acting the same way about that president. Kind of wild. But luckily there was punk rock music, and that's what I was solely devoted to, loved every single bit of it. And the band NoFX put out this amazing, amazing song called Franco, an American. So here it is. Let's see how it sounds. I'm using dual mics tonight. This is for my own memory. I got the Toucan Shure mics right here. Never thought about the universe, made me feel small. Never thought about the problems of this planet at all. Global warming, radioactive sites, imperialistic wrongs, and animal rights. No! Why think all the bad in life is so good? Why hope with an M when it's always occurred? Let the whales forget the poisons in the sea. Side of Illinois, it's foreign policy. I don't want changes, I know reactions. Your dilemmas, my distractions. That's no way to go, Franco, on American. Way to go, Franco, on American. Way to go, Franco, on American. No way to go, Franco, Franco, on American. Down, 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 down. Never looked around, never second guessed. Read some Howard Zinn, now I'm always depressed. Now I can't sleep, years of apathy, all because I read a little Noam Chomsky. I'm eating vegetation cause of fast food nation, wearing comfortable shoes cause of globalization, watching Michael Moore expose the awful truth, listening to Public Enemy and Reagan Youth. See, no world peace is the zealous armed forces, no breath mints under your horses. I can't believe what an absolute failure. President's laughing cause he voted for Nader. Alright, last time. That's no way to go, Franco, on American. Way to go, Franco, on American. Way to go, Franco, on American. Gotta go, Franco, on American. I wanna move north, be a Canadian, or head down low to the nice Australians. I don't wanna be another I don't care again. What are you gonna do, Franco? Franco on American. Thank you guys. I don't know how that sounded. Hopefully you guys muscled through it. But I do love the band NoFX for sure. And thanks to everybody who's sticking around and watching. It's great to see everybody out there. I see your names popping up, so if you want to just say hey, just make sure you write a little message. And oh, I heard a little bleep in my ear, so that means our good friend Siriaco is on the line, and let's get him ready to go. Good to see you, man. Hang on. Oh, there you are. Hey, dude. On, Siriaco. Good to see you.
Good to see you. How you doing?
You look great. I'm doing very well. It's a bit hot in my apartment, but I'm okay. What you been up to?
Not much. Plugging away, tending to my garden, trying to make that thing grow.
Ooh, you're letting your garden grow. Sounds like an Oasis song. What are you doing growing in your garden?
A lot of peppers, tomatoes. I got some cucumbers, zucchini, and for flowers, I got a few sunflowers, marigolds, and something that's supposed to attract butterflies.
Oh. Well,
nothing big, not too much stuff,
Man, so do you have a big space that you can use?
No, there's really only a couple plants of each. It's kind of spread out. There's also a rose bush I kind of inherited that I've been taking care of. But it's all new to me. I'm just trying it out, searching stuff on YouTube, checking with some friends that I know are big into gardening. I'm just kind of throwing stuff together and hoping it works out.
That is a good idea, man. Let me see this. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
It acts a little bit wonky, so I'm making sure that everything is set up. Okay, we're good to go there. And I think everyone can hear you. If anybody can't, let me know. But, dude, I've been thinking about jamming with you since we last left off. I think you were playing a little Beatles song or something, and then we had to cut it short or something. So I'm glad that you jumped back on and we can get to see you again. You have some songs ready?
I think I lost connection last time.
Oh, that's it. So you got some songs for us tonight?
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to learn some new ones recently, and we'll see if I can do them satisfactorily. Yeah.
I would love that. Okay, maybe before you start, tell everyone about you. How'd you get your start in music? Because we knew each other from college, and there you were singing then. Where'd you first get your intonation, or just the feeling to want to be into music, to play music, to learn more about your voice and instrument?
So it's kind of an off and on thing for me when I was younger. I did choir in middle school, but then when I got to high school, I didn't do any kind of music. But then later, I think it was my junior year, a friend of mine wanted to audition for a musical, but he didn't want to go alone. So I went with him, and that was the only musical he ever did. But I auditioned for every single one after that, nice. Which then led me to audition for the a cappella group at DePaul. And as far as instruments go, I mean, I played clarinet and bassoon, middle school, high school, taught myself bassoon basically. But guitar wasn't till middle of college, where I had I was kind of kid who I would just do morning classes. Yeah, so I'm done by 11 o'clock noon. I would have the apartment to myself for the afternoon while everyone else is at class. And I was living, I don't know if you knew Chase Castle. Well, anyways, my roommate had a guitar, so I would just pick it up and just kind of play with it, just with my ear.
Ben.
Huh?
Who was your roommate?
I had Chase Castle and then a friend of mine from high school, Nelio.
Okay. I'm trying to see if I my memory is thinking. You played the bassoon for most of your life?
No, bassoon I learned I taught myself junior year in high school. Though I wasn't going to be a music major, I had this idea that knowing multiple instruments would make me a better candidate for college. So I was like, okay, let's learn a double-reeded instrument. And that one was influenced by The Sorcerer's Apprentice, Fantasia. That dun, dun, da, 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 da. So I always wanted to learn that. I never did, but it led me to bassoon.
There's still
time if I can get my hands on one.
Yeah. Everybody out there, make sure we got to get Siriaco a bassoon ASAP. So now people call you Rocco and Rocky. Now I'm old school, your friend, so I still know you as Siriaco, but I think I think I like Rocco a lot.
Yeah, Rocco really, it started in high school. There were a select amount of people that did, but it really didn't become something that I even introduced myself as until I started selling insurance, and I did a lot of Medicare stuff. So it was elderly people, and I'd be like, hey, I'm here. I'm like, Siriaco. They're like, what? Siriaco. I'm like, Rocco. Ah, Rocco, hey. So, and then I just kept it, and then for the last 6 years, I was in Hawaii, and I worked at a call center, so just being on the phone, again, same thing, just much easier to say Rocco than Siriaco. I don't want to spend 5 minutes just trying to get my name right with the customer,
Yeah, my last name is Heidemann, and anytime I try to go to an open mic or anything, it's just like Heidelman. I don't know why they add letters and sometimes it's numbers, sound effects. You're like Heidemann. What? Just say my name. So I changed it to Jay Foxy.
No, I like it. I saw that. Yeah, that's really good.
We'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. But it's great to see you, dude. And you are so talented, and I knew that from the start. So I actually applaud me for knowing your talent. Thank you very much. I'm glad that I could spotlight you. Dude, but I'm so glad to see you. I know we're going to do a little bit of back and forth tonight, but I'd love for you to start us off. So if you want it, man, take it away. I'm going to give you the mic.
All right, here we go. This song actually is from one of those first shows I was in high school. I always thought it was cool, and recently, middle of last year, I decided to learn it. It's called Wayfaring Stranger. Let's see how we do. I am a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. There's no sickness, no toil, no danger in that bright world to which I go. I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I know dark clouds will gather around me. I know my way is rough and steep, yet golden fields lie just before me, where souls redeemed shall ever sleep. I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I want to wear that crown of glory when I get home to that good land. I want to shout down a Satan story in concert with the blood-washed band. I'm going there to see my father. He said he'd meet me when I come home. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over. I'm going there to see my father. He said he'd meet me when I come home. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over. I'm only going over. Not too bad.
Gosh, your voice, just like a velvet lullaby. Sounds so good still to this day, man. So, what is that song? Who sings that? And tell us about that.
From what I know, it's kind of like an American folk song. It has, I think, historically, it kind of crossed over from Europe. Mm-hmm. Some of the lyrics or something are influenced by, I want to say, some Irish song or something like that. But I think it's one of those things that doesn't have like a direct author or origin or beginnings kind of thing.
Man, I love the mystical nature of songs sometimes, where it's just like, where did this song come from? I don't know, but it's the most amazing song ever. I was thinking about it the other day. Can you tell me if you think similar wrote it? What's your favorite song?
My favorite song?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a hard thing.
Leading to something, by the way.
Okay. My favorite ones, I want to say like Beatles in general, but like Rocky Raccoon is definitely a great song that I love. Mm-hmm. Just that story. My favorite one to play is Dylan's "Don't Think Twice, It's All Right."
Oh, that's a good song. See, okay, that's a great answer. But I'm thinking, like, as in the pantheon of all songs, when you're looking at like your favorite song, I think mine would be like Amazing Grace, or some song that I've heard a bajillion times that I still kind of can dig. Because I don't know if I can take Hey Jude like a billion times, but for some reason, like Ave Maria, Amazing Grace, like Bingo. Bingo.
Christmas music, I feel that way about. Silent Night is great.
There we go. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like it always goes back to these old songs. So I was like rethinking the favorite song question. And by the way, is it like are you still in Hawaii, like in next to the center?
Oh no! I'm back in Chicago. I'm here for good now.
Okay, good man. Yeah, it looks like your room is so toasty. We got to get you a fan or something in there.
I'm working on the AC. The fan's actually like directly on me.
Dude, because you sing so passionately, and I know how hot it gets because my apartment gets hot, and it's and I just have like the single light. So
well, partly too is I have the window closed just because I'm so close to O'Hare. Like you'll probably still hear the airplane even with the window closed.
Wow, man. Well, that actually helps with your singing and everything though, because you can be as loud as you want. I'm sure.
Not that it would stop me, anyways.
Yeah, but I like. But so as far as that kind of thinking goes, what would be your favorite song as that goes? Do you think it would be? I mean, some people would probably pick "Happy Birthday," to be honest.
No, I mean the second you said "Amazing Grace," like that is like one of my favorite like church kind of songs that like grew up with and that always like speaks to me or I love hearing. I love hearing that song.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bring up Silent Night because that's always I love Christmas music in general, but Silent Night especially is just so peaceful. There was a version of it I did in high school with the choir that was just so amazing. Like I still have a memory of one time we just did it like perfectly. The audience was kind of in the center of the room and we were on the walls of the outside, so we heard each other really well and the sounds were just like bouncing all over the place and it was beautiful. Yeah.
Are you playing bands? Are you after this pandemic gets over? Are you going to try to dive back into music and start playing shows, more open mics? What's on your docket?
Well, the thing with music and, with the passion thing, and I know maybe not a lot of people agree with this, is that I have this opinion that, like, once you make it, like, work or responsibility, it kind of takes away some of that aloofness or funness of it. Like, I mean, I don't want to stress out over music, trying to, like, have to be at band practice or, which is, you still have to work on music to make it work. So maybe it's a little hypocritical, but it's not something that I've ever really sought to make more of a commitment than taking my guitar outside and just playing to the sky or with friends or something like that,
I know exactly what you mean. There's something about once you involve other people, it's not the same. It kind of jades it or tarnishes it just a little bit because music is a beautiful thing between two people. But once you start putting the business behind it, like we need to talk to the bar owner afterwards and like make sure everything is okay, then it comes a little bit less pure. But playing music by yourself, like there's nothing better than looking out your window and just playing a song and just thinking about, I love the thought process that goes into songwriting too, because you're sitting there just looking out your window and you're like, I should write a song and what should it be about? And it could be about like sandwiches or like the first love of your life. And you get transported back into that moment of the sandwich or the love of your life. And you just get to like relive that through your words, like with your own soundtrack. You make a soundtrack to your life. I mean, songwriting is so incredible.
Maybe that's something I'm missing though. I've never really written songs. Like maybe one or two little lines on the guitar, especially when I was just first learning. I didn't even know what a tab was. I was just kind of plucking notes and seeing what sounded good together, but I've never really taken the time to like try to actually write a song or lyrics or anything like that. Maybe that's a piece I should explore.
I would imagine that you wrote a billion songs. Your voice is so amazing. Like that to anything would be great. You've never written a love song to an ex-lover or anything like that? I know you have. Don't lie.
Parts of.
Okay, there we go. Because we're the same age, so I know that you went through that emo wave too a little bit, or at least caught a little ice pick of it.
I may or may not have been listening to like Lagwagon and No Use for a Name just last night, actually.
Man, I love those bands. Can you believe that Warped Tour isn't even a thing anymore?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
It had its last year of 2 years ago, right?
Okay, I don't know. I haven't been around. But actually, Lagwagon was supposed to play at the end of March in Hawaii, and I was gonna stay there long enough to go for it. But then all this Corona stuff was going on, and I was just like, that's not gonna even happen. So,
man, that's nice.
I've never seen them. That would have been awesome to see.
Hello, welcome to the show. Thought we broke. I love Lagwagon. And I think in he played drums for basically every band, but I think Derek from Alkaline Trio played drums for Lagwagon on a few of their touring dates. And so you'd see them, like all those punk guys, they all just play together after a while.
They have a small community, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like Fat Mike and all those guys from NoFX that we were talking about before. Just that is the community that I wish I could have been in when I was 16 years old.
Right? Yeah, for sure. Especially NoFX. Sure.
Well, hey, I've been blabbing along. I should have been playing a song, but people are out there asking for more Rocco, and I was saying, do you have another song for us that you could jam out real quick?
Yeah, let's do one of my Let's do a Dylan. This is another one where it's like, well, House of the Rising Sun. No real origin, just kind of like folk Americana. Dylan actually did his version, and after it came out, he was driving down the street, this is a story that I heard once. He was driving down the street, and then he heard the Animals version of the song, where it just like blew him away so hard that they did such a better job than him. He just like pulled over and jumped right out of his car. And side note, if you've never seen the Animals music video for House of the Rising Sun, it's like kind of creepy. I would suggest just checking it out.
I've only seen that one live that they do. Is there a music video for House of the Rising Sun?
Well, maybe it's a live version where they're basically just like walking around in a circle, and the lead singer, as he's passing the camera, is just like staring straight at the camera and stuff, and it's just kind of silly. Like,
oh my gosh! Oh man, I was gonna say that's the fastest Dylan has ever moved in his life.
I'm sure.
Like, the dude won a Nobel Prize, and he still didn't go to he didn't even return the phone call. So good. So Dylan. All right, man. Take it away.
All right. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor, she sewed my new blue jeans, and my father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Now the only thing that gambling man he needs is his suitcase and his truck, and the only time he's satisfied is when he's good and drunk. I've got one foot on the platform, the other on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. So mothers, tell your children, not to do what I have done. Spare your life in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. So mothers, tell your children, not to do what I have done. Spend your life in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun.
Wow. You know, you said you were going to try to stop playing music and not make it fun, but actually, I think you have 19 band requests in the comments section after that. And that was so good.
Yeah, I like singing. I miss karaoke from all this pandemic, that's for sure.
Karaoke, yes. There's nothing better than getting a big old fat glass of red wine, pouring some ice in it, guzzling it, getting another bottle, maybe a few beers, maybe a few shots, maybe singing a song then, but holding off, and then 10 more shots, and then going up.
You're not a fan of karaoke, or are you just like waiting on lines?
No, I host an open mic, so I sit back and then I think about waiting, and then I get to make my own timeline. I'm like an Uber driver.
There you go.
But to be honest,
I like that.
I love karaoke, but I can't ever take it 100% seriously because it's just so like party atmosphere. And then when I see somebody go up and really just wail a song at like a show-stopping karaoke moment, I think to myself, wow, I wonder what they do for a day job.
Don't go to Hawaii and sing karaoke. I mean, I get intimidated going to those places and stuff. There's like everybody's good.
In Hawaii,
It's a rarity to have a bad singer when you go watch karaoke.
in Hawaii,
Yep.
you're a big music community in Hawaii?
Oh, for sure. Well, and not to mention with, Korean, Japanese, karaoke is such a big part of that kind of social scene.
Yeah.
Friday nights, I mean, most of the time when we went out, it was a friend of a friend owned this nocturnal lounge. It was a karaoke video game bar or like a lounge. I mean, it had a dress code, but it was still had like video games there while people were singing karaoke in karaoke private rooms, all that stuff.
What was the dress?
You had to have slacks, and I don't think a collared shirt was required, but like no shorts, no sandals, really thing, which is perfect for me because I was generally coming from work. But on any other day, I probably wouldn't have been allowed in.
And you as a banker? What's your job?
Well, I worked for the local telecommunications company, just like selling internet and business lines, stuff like phone systems, stuff like that.
So banker?
No, sales, telecommunications.
I was like, what?
I took people's money, yes.
Oh man. Well, geez, it's. I wonder if they know what talent that is in you when they're talking to you. You know what I mean? When people are talking to business and they're like, "Meow, meow, 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 meow," and you're like, listen. When it's the weekend, I go up on stage and I belt out a song, and I don't even care about your nonsense. Sorry, I had a bad week at work.
Oh. Just start singing to them. That calmed them down for me.
I will.
They don't know what to think of it. They're like, "What's going on? Is this person singing? I thought we were talking. Am I still on the line?"
Now he's talking about banking, and he's like, what company I'm talking to. This was bad. Second City Improv. I meant to do this. Everybody's watching from Second City. I meant to do this. Okay. Anyway, I got a Dylan song because you kind of inspired me. But this is an old classic. Heard it for the first time in Forrest Gump, and I thought I'd play it for y'all now. Sound good?
Awesome.
Let me see here real quick. Okay. There we go. Found it. How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? How many seas must a wife sail through before she sleeps in the sand? How many times must a cannonball fly before that forever bang? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Oh, my internet's moving so slow. How many years must a mountain exist before it walks to the sea? How many years must the people exist before they're allowed to be free? How many times must a man turn his head deep down and you just don't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Thank you. Thank you so very, very much. I had to cut that one short because I forgot that Dylan likes to write. And I was like scrolling and I was like, oh, there's a lot of lyrics. And it's kind of like, it's not Bohemian Rhapsody. It's kind of the same thing. So I think they get the idea.
No, and that's a good one too. It's actually one I've been working on myself recently. And if you don't mind if I tell another story. So I was looking up kind of some revolutionary songs, and one of the top ones that always comes to mind is A Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke. And that one of the influences of that song, other than there's a whole thing that happened at a hotel where he called, made reservation. They're like, yeah, we got a room. He goes there. They see him. They're like, no vacancy. And he gets arrested. It becomes this thing. So that was part of the song. But actually what influenced him to write kind of a protest song was Blowing in the Wind by Dylan, because he heard that and he thought it was such a great song. And he said to himself, he's like, why haven't I written a song about, you know, our struggle and our people and our freedom of rights? And so that's kind of what got him to start working on A Change Is Gonna Come, is Dylan's Blowing in the Wind, because he thought it was a great revolutionary civil rights song and he wanted to do one himself.
That is incredible to think that, you know, that kind of mind can create that kind of music. And then and I just love the relationship that you find of all these classic artists. And I hope that, because in the 60s, they were using their music and they found it, that creative force that they had, they used it to change policy, to change the government, to change how people were thinking and culture.
Change arts, yeah.
And then now, the thought of our artists today trying to do something like that, I mean, besides Bono, I suppose, is almost...
Well, it almost comes off as played out, you know, because you have a lot of those. I mean, they recently had that thing, as soon as everyone had the stay-at-home orders, they had that big thing on YouTube. And
that's right.
I didn't see it, but I saw a lot of people that are like, oh, it's great, it's love it. But my instinct was like, you know, whatever. You know, I don't know. It's a different era, maybe a different passion.
Seems a little disingenuous, you know.
Yeah.
It seems like
they're forced. Like they have to do that because that's what's expected of them to do at that time or something.
Yeah. There needs to be a shift with more just sincerity in music and pop culture and everything. And the only man who can bring it to us is Rocco.
I wish that were true. I would bring it to you all day.
So I know you love Sam Cooke. Oh my gosh, man! Is that the song you're gonna play? Am I kind of stepping on it right now?
No. Well, Blowing in the Wind was in there, but no. I can do something fun. Well, something I haven't played in a while, actually.
Okay.
Well, I mean, more Beatles, because I only know mostly Dylan and Beatles. She came in through the bathroom window, protected by her silver spoon. But now she sucks her thumb and wanders by the banks of her own lagoon. Didn't anybody tell her? Didn't anybody see? Sundays on the phone on a Monday, Tuesdays on the phone on a me. She said she'd always been a dancer. She worked in 15 clubs a day. And though she thought I knew the answer, well, I knew, but I could not say. So I quit the police department and got myself a steady job. And though she tried her best to help me, she could steal, but she could not rob. Didn't anybody tell her? Didn't anybody see? Sundays on the phone on Monday, Tuesdays on the phone on me. Oh yeah. Once there was a way to get back homeward, and then it starts the whole Abbey Road thing, right?
Oh shoot!
So that's part of it.
I thought you were going to go into it. I was transitioning.
It's always been a goal to learn the full thing, but I never got past those.
Dang. You know, my dad used to tell me stories back when that album was really hitting, that they would need to play it all the way through on the radio station. So they would play that entire transition, and then slowly but surely, when radio started making a lot of money, they started chopping those songs. So it'd be like a minute and a half of a Beatles song that they would play on air. And I love that song, man. And you know, I sleep with, and not everyone can see it, and I'm not going to turn my camera on, but I sleep with Abbey Road, the album cover above my bed every night. One of the greatest albums of all time.
Is that your favorite Beatles album? We don't have to get into that conversation.
I love the White Album so much. That'd be the only contender, but yeah, Abbey Road is my favorite.
Yeah, White Album is definitely one of mine, which is weird because that's kind of like their last, and it's kind of a solo album for each of them in a sense, right?
Yeah.
I think it was the last recorded one. I think technically Let It Be was recorded prior to that.
That's when they all started to kind of, it was like Abbey Road, I think, was almost the beginning of the, well, it was eventually going to end. But you see them all grow the beards and then to not give two asses about what was going on with their music. You know, the crazy. Oh, yes.
I recently found this. I actually had it in my dorm room in college freshman year, and I just found it again. I was like, oh, that's such a great poster. Strawberry Fields, yeah.
What interesting thinking. You know, I love that. I could talk about the Beatles for the next 15,000 hours because I just love that band so much. And it means so much to me. Actually, we were talking about Abbey Road. I'm blanking. I was going to tell you something, and I can't remember.
Oh, sorry. Something with your dad, Abbey Road. They cut up the songs on the radio.
Yeah, I know. That was
before.
You know what? Maybe I'll just play a song from Abbey Road. How about that?
That sounds good.
All right. This is a George Harrison song. You don't have any other from this album, do you?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'll play this one real fast then. One of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard. To this day. Like, sometimes I listen to this song and I weep a single tear because I think about how awesome it would have been if I would have wrote this for a girl or my wife. And then I just keep playing it and I go, George, you've done it again, man.
Love George. Yeah.
All right, let me jump on this real quick. Hey, Siriaco, can you do me a favor? Can you mute your microphone real quick? And then thank you very much. And then unmute it when I get done with this song, which will hopefully be soon. Okay, here we go. Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something. Hang on. That's enough hydration for now. Sorry. Something. Now I effed it up. Siriaco, I am so sorry, man. Take two.
Mulligan, go get it.
Mulligan, going back to it. Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she moves me. I don't want to leave now. You know I believe in how. Do. Should have learned that. Somewhere in a smile, she knows I don't need no other lover. Something in her style that shows me don't wanna leave now. You know I believe in how. You're asking me will my love grow? Well, I don't know. I don't know. You stick around now, it may show. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Something in the way she knows. And all I have to do is think of her. Something in the things that she shows me. I don't want to leave now. You know I believe in how. All right. I muscled through it.
That was good. I love that song. That's so great.
I got to practice that one because I need to get in my Beatle mode to get into that. And it usually starts with me playing Oh Blood Diablo. You got another
That's it, yeah. No, I was just trying to remember that. Dun, 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 bum, 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 song.
I already had effed up so much in that song that I was like, just get to the point, man. Don't even.
Yeah. No, and that reminds me, I saw a clip on YouTube recently where I guess it was a deleted scene from, or maybe it was a promo for that movie Yesterday. Did you ever see that?
I did. The minute that I saw that trailer, I was like, I got to see that movie, and I actually went to go and see it by myself. Did you see it?
Enjoy it?
Yeah, I did, because it's exactly what I wanted. I didn't want any.
It doesn't have to be prolific or anything like that.
Exactly. I wanted cheesy Sunday afternoon movie, and that's exactly what I got. With the
Beatles soundtrack, which is like perfect.
Mm-hmm. But it was really interesting to think that he was like, he played Yesterday. And I like Yesterday, but everyone thinks that it's like the greatest song of all time. And the Beatles collection of songs, I think it's like 36.
Well, and yeah, I mean, as you were playing something, I started thinking of just like the extent of their repertoire and how there's so many songs that just like make me feel good. Mm-hmm. That song, which is like an amazing love song. And then even like, I mean, one of the saddest songs I think I've ever heard is For No One, which is like the opposite of a love song,
And that, was that on Please Please Me? It was like
it's an earlier one. I couldn't tell you the album. I'd have to look it up.
How does For No One go? Na, na, na.
Your day breaks, your mind aches, your time's a time.
Yes. Shout out to my friend Liz. She's a violinist, and she loves that album, and I think that's one of her favorite songs, the one that we're talking about right now. So
I want to say it might be Revolver or Rubber Soul, though.
That sounds right. I only know I could pick out Abbey Road and the White Album, but then everything else kind of meshes in because there were a lot of different translations of
pieces they went through. Yeah, they had that early kind of pop rock stuff. They got that Chuck Berry cover, Beethoven Rollover. And then you get in the middle where it's kind of like a weed kind of Rubber Soul phase, the backwards guitar, stuff like that. They get a little more experimental.
So weird.
And then something more orchestral, especially when you get who was the producer for them?
George Martin.
George Martin, yeah. His hands over everything.
Let me say hi to some friends real quick. You're listening to Siriaco, aka Rocco. You can find him. He has his name right there, but I think in the description I wrote his full name. So if you want to find out more about his music, add him as a friend. Hey, everybody's watching. Soul, Maria, Frank, it's good to see you. Lynn, Sarah, Tim, Todd, Andrew, Jessica, Mike, Frank, and Edmund, and of course Adam. Good to see you, Adam. But Siriaco, I'd love to hear another song from you, my friend. And then, we're already at 48 minutes. We're having fun. Just one more from you, and then we'll kind of close out, and then that'll be our night. Does that sound good?
Yeah. You care if I do Rocky Raccoon again?
I would love that.
And then just not that. So on Instagram, I created my own hashtag for Rocco Guitaro, where you can get little snippets of stuff I've played around with.
Say what? At Rocco? Could you spell it out?
With a hashtag, yeah. The Rocco, Rocko, and then Guitaro, Rocco Guitaro. It's a hashtag on Instagram where that's what I tag. Anytime I play music on Instagram, I'll tag that on there.
Okay, so everybody, you can see it right there. If you want to see more of his music, check out that. I'll leave it up here for the remainder of the show for you. So go and check them out. Ladies and gentlemen, Rocco Guitarra.
Somewhere in the Black Mountain Hills of Dakota, there lived a young boy named Rocky Raccoon. And one day his woman ran off with another guy, hit young Rocky in the eye. Rocky didn't like that, he said, I'm gonna get that boy. So one day he walked into town and booked himself a room in the local saloon. Rocky Raccoon checked into his room, only to find Gideon's Bible. Rocky had come, equipped with a gun, to shoot off the legs of his rival. His rival, it seems, had broken his dreams by stealing the girl of his fancy. Her name was McGill, and she called herself Lil. But everyone knew her as Nancy. Now she and her man, who called himself Dad, were in the next room at the hoedown. Rocky burst in and grinning a grin. He said, Danny boy, this is a showdown. But Daniel was hot. He drew first and shot. And Rocky collapsed in the corner. The doctor burst in, stinking of gin, proceeded to lie on the table. He said, Rocky, you met your match. Rocky said, Doc, it's only a scratch, and I'll be better, Doc, as soon as I am able. Now Rocky Raccoon, he fell back in his room, only to find Gideon's Bible. Gideon checked out, but he left it, no doubt, to help with good Rocky's revival. Come on, Rocky now.
Yeah. Oh man, that's your song, dude. That is a good song.
I also want to just point out that I like the Apple background, and I kind of have like a Beatles thing going on for Apple Records, and just saying.
Wow.
You knew.
Thinking. I just felt like an apple earlier today when I was making the poster for you, and I was like, now I know. See, it's in me. It's in me.
You had that instinct. You saw the talent. You recognized the theme, and it all came together.
Dude, you rocked it tonight, Rocco. Okay, so where can everybody find you? Where can they see more of your music? We've got your hashtag down here. Go and search that on Instagram. But where can everyone find all things Rocco if they want to see more about you?
That's gonna probably be the best thing for now till I make something more solid and start. Per your recommendation, writing my own songs. That'll get my Instagram too. Rock's Rad Ventures is my Instagram, but you go to Rocco Guitarra, it'll be all me. And then you can see some of my gardening too. And if you scroll enough, you'll get some nice Hawaii pictures as well.
What? I'm signing up right now, everybody. So make sure that you go and check them out. Dude, Rocco, it is awesome to see you. You look great. You sound amazing. I can't wait till we can all jam in real life. I think that'd be so great to start.
No, one of my first things, as soon as you get that open mic coming back up, we'll do it in real life, yeah?
All right, dude. So let's close out the show. Great to see everybody. Thanks for coming on, Rocco. Everybody, we will see you tomorrow night. Pick up this shirt if you want, just by emailing me. This man right here, at Rocco Guitaro. Search the hashtag. We'll see you guys next week. Or tomorrow, or whatever day. Anyway, see you, Rocco. Later.